Have you ever wondered what it would be like to meet another human species? It sounds like science fiction, but for our ancestors, it was a reality. For tens of thousands of years, we shared Europe with our closest extinct relatives, the Neanderthals. But then, around 40,000 years ago, they vanished. What happened to the last Neanderthals? Let's dive into one of history's greatest mysteries. Neanderthals were not the grunting cavemen we often see in movies. They were incredibly sophisticated. They were skilled hunters, taking down mammoths and woolly rhinos. They crafted complex stone tools, controlled fire, and even buried their dead with care, which suggests they had some form of symbolic thought or ritual. Some evidence even points to them creating simple jewelry from eagle talons and shells. They were a successful species that survived in the harsh, icy landscapes of Ice Age Europe for over 300,000 years. They were the original Europeans, masters of their domain. Then, around 45,000 years ago, a new group of humans arrived from Africa. Us, Homo sapiens. For a few thousand years, our two species coexisted. Imagine that! Two different kinds of humans, sharing the same valleys, hunting the same animals. We know they didn't just ignore each other. Genetic evidence tells a fascinating story. If you have European or Asian ancestry, you likely have about 1 to 4% Neanderthal DNA in your genome. That means our ancestors met, interacted, and had children together. We carry a small piece of them with us even today. But this period of coexistence didn't last. As modern humans spread across the continent, Neanderthal populations began to shrink. They were pushed into smaller and smaller pockets of territory, like southern Spain and Gibraltar. This is where we find their last known settlements. So, what pushed them over the edge? Was it a violent takeover by our ancestors? The evidence for widespread warfare is thin. It's more likely a combination of factors. One major theory is competition. Modern humans might have been just slightly better at exploiting the environment. Our social networks were possibly larger, allowing us to share information and resources over wider areas. Our tools, while not always dramatically different, may have given us a slight edge in hunting or processing food. A tiny advantage multiplied over thousands of generations can have a huge impact. Then there's the climate. The period when Neanderthals disappeared was one of intense climate instability. The weather was swinging wildly from cold to warm and back again. These rapid changes would have disrupted the ecosystems they relied on. Perhaps the Neanderthals, with their smaller, more isolated populations, just couldn't adapt fast enough. Our larger, more interconnected groups might have been better equipped to handle these crises. It is also possible that we brought new diseases from Africa that the Neanderthal immune systems couldn't handle. The final theory is a bit sadder. Maybe they were simply absorbed. As their populations dwindled, the remaining Neanderthals may have been integrated into the much larger modern human groups. They didn't just die out. Their lineage merged with ours. They disappeared as a distinct species because they became part of us. Their legacy lives on, not in fossils, but in our very own DNA. So, the story of the last Neanderthals isn't a simple tale of extinction. It's a complex drama of climate change, competition, and even love. They were not failures. They were a resilient and intelligent species that faced a perfect storm of challenges. Their disappearance reminds us that we weren't always alone on this planet. Thinking about them gives us a profound sense of connection to our deep human past. What do you think happened to them? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures into history. See you next time.